What is going on, everyone? We're back again with another review. In today's video, we're going to be going over the second half predictions. Obviously, I'm recording this video the day after the All-Star game. It is currently July 12th, so I don't know any of the trade rumors or trade deadline trades. So this is just going off the first half and what I think is going to happen with a couple of these teams. So let's get right into the divisions like we normally do. We're going to start with this AL East. Now, it's actually a pretty close race between all 5 teams. It's like the closest race I think we've seen in a division in a while. So the Red Sox are currently in last place. They're 48 and 43. I think this team might sell some of their older assets. I think they gonna regroup some prospects. I think Turner could be gone, maybe try to get rid of him. I think they could have a couple guys gone. I think they might sell just because they're not gonna push for this postseason. I just don't think they're going to. If they do, it's kind of stupid. Just because I don't think they want to trade away prospects just for this season, for a couple pieces, in my personal opinion. So I think that'd be kind of dumb to do that for the Red Sox. Most of the rumors I've seen about them seem like they're going to sell, so that's what I think is going to happen. The Yankees are another interesting team, 49 and 42. It's just kind of up in the air right now because they can't hit, and a lot of people are saying they should buy, but I don't think they should buy, to be honest. I think that's really dumb for them. They still have to jump a couple. I think they have to jump like one team, I think. So I feel like they're in a decent spot right now. Maybe they get, a couple like small guys here and there, but I don't think they should get anyone crazy, I saw Jeter say Juan Soto. That would be stupid for them to do that, in my personal opinion. Also, he's not the greatest hitter from the Padres, so I don't know about that, and he's going to be gone in a year anyway, so I think it's the best idea. And then we have Toronto, 50 and 41. Pretty good season for them overall. I think they got to add to definitely make a playoff spot. I mean, they were in the playoffs last year, had a really good run, I think. Unfortunately lost to Seattle in embarrassing fashion. But yeah, had a good run in the regular season. Definitely, I think they need to get a little bit more players to be a little bit better, because they're a decent spot. They're in a playoff spot right now, I'm pretty sure. And overall, it's just, I think they have to get better. That's a team that has to get better, in my personal opinion. Next, we got the Baltimore Orioles in second place. They're 54 and 35, have the first wild card spot. This team's looking really solid overall. They're only 2 back of Tampa, which is really good. They've been getting a lot of ground. They're currently on a 5-game win streak. Have to play Miami, over the next week. So should be able to increase that. Maybe hop in this first place. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they kind of do the rest of the season, just because we obviously know they have so much talent on this roster. I would say about 1/3 of this roster is probably rookies, which is pretty impressive. They obviously still have Kerstead in AAA they could call up. That's probably their last prospect that's ready to get called up this season, so they could call him up. It'd be interesting to see. I don't know. There's rumors that they want to get rid of Cedric Mullins because they have all this rookie talent, which I don't think is a bad idea. Mullins is definitely a good player, but if you're able to get some more prospects for him, I don't think that's a terrible idea. And they do have a ton of infield talent, a ton of outfield talent, so be interesting to see. I think this team's definitely making the playoffs, so definitely confirm. I'm not sure about Toronto making the playoffs, but I know the Orioles are 100% making the playoffs. And then we get to Tampa Bay. They're 100% making the playoffs too. 58-35. Obviously, the Baltimore Orioles are only 2 back of this division, but I do think they're going to hold out. And if they don't, they're going to be the first wild card team anyways. So I think Tampa's solid right now. I don't think they have to do anything at the deadline. Keep playing your fundamental baseball, and you're going to be in the playoffs. Let's get to the AL Central now. Now, we obviously know their playoff race. Let's just go through the 3 teams automatically. Kansas City, Chicago, and Detroit. They're not going to do anything. Who knows if they sell? I don't know if that's the route they're going to go down. I think the White Sox definitely got some good assets to sell if they wanted to go down that route. They definitely got some good guys to sell. Tim Anderson, Luis Robert, obviously, a couple of those guys over there. Be interesting to see. I don't think they're going to do that, though. I think they're just going to be terrible. Same with Detroit. I don't think they're going to sell. They do have a couple good prospects with the team in the minors, but I don't think they do anything. I think the Twins, you absolutely have to buy if you're the Minnesota Twins, just because coming into this offseason, I thought they got a much better. I thought they were going to be a top team. They look good with the assets they picked up. But obviously not. Obviously, that Lopez trade was definitely not it with what Luis Arias is doing. Still can't believe they made that trade, to be completely honest. So definitely kind of regretting that one. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough for them. They have to buy. They have to go get someone for this squad to make the playoffs, because they're half a game out of the Guardians in first place. And these 2 teams are, struggling to make the playoffs. And the thing is, whoever wins this division is going to be home against that 6th seed. So you are guaranteed that playoff money. So I think both of these teams probably buy just to see, who's going to get out, in my personal opinion. But we'll see what happens with these teams. They're not going to be very good, I don't think. Not going to be very competitive. Probably another like 80, 82 to 87 wins for this division, I would say. But who knows with the way they're playing. I'm not really sure. So now we're going to talk about this AL West. So obviously we know the situation in Oakland. I don't really have to cover it that much. I think for the trade deadline, they're probably going to sell Brent Rooker. They might sell their center fielder with the most steals. I think that would be the smart decision for Oakland in this offseason, and something I can see them doing just because, I think those two talents could be used, way better elsewheres, and they could get a decent amount of prospects for him. Would be interesting to see. Now, the Angels are another interesting prospect. They're 45 and 46. Right under 500 a little bit. Now, the Angels owner says Ohtani will not be getting traded in this deadline. Trout is obviously just got hurt, so they're going to kind of need something over here in California to stay relevant. So if Ohtani doesn't get traded, I think they add, though. I feel like this team really wants to win. We know what the owner thinks. He definitely wants to get this team back in the playoffs. And they've kind of tanked the last 5 games. Currently on a 5-game losing streak. They have to play Houston when they get back, so not going to be good at all when that's going to happen. But I don't know. I think they're going to buy. I don't think that's the right move for them, but it's the Angels. They're going to do what they want. Now Seattle up next, 45 and 44. Honestly, not a terrible season from Seattle. I'm liking what they're doing on the field, and I think they could sneak into the playoffs, but they're going to have to buy. I think this team's really good. And it was just weird that they're losing a lot of games to me. I didn't really think that was going to happen to them. Obviously, if they can get to another 90-win season, that's good for them. We'll see if that's a playoff spot, though, with the way the competitiveness is in this AL, league. So, I don't know. I think they have to buy, though. There's another one teams have to buy. Next, let's get to the 2 Texas teams. Houston is 50 and 41. They are 2 games out of the Texas Rangers for first place. So, Houston's definitely going to make they're definitely going to make the playoffs. I mean, this is the World Series champions. Definitely be back in the postseason, no doubt about it. Texas, 52 and 39. A lot of people did not expect this from them. Obviously they call up these rookies. Corey Seager and Semien start hitting well again. So they're kind of back in form, and I really like this Texas Rangers team. I can't wait to go see them when I'm down there next week playing the Cleveland Guardians. I'll be at that series. I'll be at the Saturday and Sunday series. By the time this is up, this might be already up, but. I should be excited. I can't wait to watch these guys again. One of my favorite squads looking into this team. So really excited about the Rangers. We'll see who wins this division, though. I'm not totally sure who's going to win this one. I think Houston got a shot because every time they play, it seems like Houston wins. But yeah, it'd be interesting. That's kind of up in the air. I think both those teams make the playoffs. I think Seattle's on the cusp, to be honest. So I've talked about it a lot. Let's talk about this AL playoff picture. Tampa, Texas, Cleveland currently in first place. Baltimore, Houston, Toronto in the wildcard spots. The teams that are out are the Yankees, Boston, Seattle. So, interesting. I think this might stay the same. I think one team could flip, and it's just the Central Division, to be honest. I think Houston and Texas could flip. I think, the Minnesota Twins and Cleveland could flip. But I think everything else might stay the same. Maybe Baltimore and Tampa flip, but I think it stays the same. I don't think the Yankees are going to make the playoffs. I really don't. Same with Boston, same with Seattle, even though I think they might have a good season. I say it stays the same. I feel like my East winner is definitely Tampa. My West winner is definitely Houston. My Central winner is the Twins. And then I have Baltimore, Houston, Toronto finishing out the pack, I think. Or Baltimore, Texas, Toronto finishing out that pack. So we'll see what happens overall, though. Should be exciting to watch this AL go down. But let's go on to the NL now. So let's start with the NL East. Obviously, Washington, not really doing much. We're just going to skip over them because, their season's done. Good luck in the draft. The Mets, an embarrassing organization, 42 and 48. Like I said again, massive moves need to be made at the deadline if they want another shot at the postseason. If it doesn't happen, that team's screwed. Phillies, 48 and 41. Pretty good season for the Phillies. They obviously started out slow, kind of slowly getting back, though. I think they could pick up like one or small moves at the deadline to put them over the edge again. They obviously got the 6th seed last year and made a run, so anything's possible for that Philly squad. Do think it's possible that they can get back into the playoffs still. And then let's talk about the Marlins, 53 and 39. Absolute insane season from the Marlins. Been really enjoying watching that one, especially from that documentary I made earlier in the year on the channel. Been very excited to watch the Marlins. They're definitely in a playoff spot. And Atlanta, I mean, how many good things can you say about this squad? 60 and 29. They're in the playoffs 100%, in my opinion. So they're definitely going to win that division. Atlanta's definitely winning that division. So let's go on the NL Central. The NL Central is interesting. Obviously, St. Louis is in last place. They're done. Pirates can maybe turn it around. 41 and 49 maybe could turn it around. I think the Cubs 42 and 47. I'm a Cubs fan, so everyone knows. I think they finish out 500. I don't think they do anything crazy the rest of the year. I think that's the best case scenario for them is 500. And then it gets to the Brewers and Cincinnati for this division. You know, the Brewers are only one game out of that division. Cincinnati leading it at 50 and 41. So I think they might flip-flop all season, to be honest. I think Cincinnati's going to pull through when they play, because that's the next series that's coming up, you know, over that weekend. So we'll see what happens. I think Cincinnati probably wins that division, though. Brewers probably get the wild card spot. So over to the NL West, obviously the Dodgers are currently leading this division 51 and 38. So pretty good overall. Arizona's 52 and 39, so right just behind those two teams, playoff teams in my opinion. The rest of the division is up for grabs. You know, these bottom three teams, I don't know if they're playoff hopes. Maybe San Francisco, if they can keep that momentum up. They play Pittsburgh, so a really good shot for them to keep that stuff going. And then San Diego's got to turn around. I mean, we have 43 and 47, looking like the Mets. Got to turn the franchise around in this half. Rockies, good luck in the draft. So that's my predictions for the NL. Let's go to the wild card, who I think is going to be in the playoffs. So I think Atlanta's going to win the division. I think Cincinnati's going to win the division. And it's definitely between Arizona and the Dodgers. So I think those teams could flip-flop, but both teams are playoff teams in my opinion. Miami's 100% a playoff team, 53-39. They're definitely in. And then the last spot, San Francisco, Philadelphia, or Milwaukee, I think, is going to get that between those three teams. So it'll be an interesting race in the NL. But yeah, everyone else I don't think has a shot. But let me know what you guys think about my predictions in the comment section below. Obviously been a very interesting season. We'll see what happens at the trade deadline. We'll definitely be talking about it and streaming all that good stuff. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.